Hello friends, now I'll be reading the Hindu editorial of 6th March 2023 at 80 words per minute in 5 seconds. Begin. New Delhi is on a geopolitical high. It hosted the G20 foreign ministers meeting, the G20 finance ministers meeting, and the Quad foreign ministers meeting, and national capital has been teeming with global leaders and thinkers attending. The Ministry of External Affairs supported Raisina dialogue. A few weeks ago, India also organized the Voice of Global South Summit. For a country that has for too long inhabited the sidelines of world politics, criticizing and complaining, too powerless to assert itself, and often sees as an irritant by great powers for even having an opinion. India's pivotal position at the G20, the Quad, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and the Global South today has given it a sudden surge in stature and reputation. And yet, 1 year is too short in geopolitics, and geopolitics is not always a function of happy coincidences. For New Delhi, this is its moment under the sun, the near realization of a long awaited pivotal power moment. From the pre-independent days through the 75 years of its independent existence, Indian leaders from Jawaharlal Nehru to A.B. Vajpayee to Narendra Modi have often spoken of India's role in the world, that its culture, history, demography, and economic strength provide the country with a strong foundation for such a role. For most part of its history, though, New Delhi was too weak to assert itself or too unimportant, but the solid foundations laid through the decades are starting to make a difference. Contemporary India's pivotal position in world politics is thanks to a fortunate confluence of deliberate and unforeseen factors which appear to be working in New Delhi's favor. A far stronger economic and military power courted by great powers, New Delhi has cleverly used the failure of the post-war world order today to its advantage. The worry about an aggressively rising China has further prompted global leaders to look for geopolitical alternatives in the Indo-Pacific region. Contemporary Indian foreign policy is a textbook example of treading the fault lines of world politics, and as External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar writes in his book The India Way, advancing national interests by identifying and exploiting opportunities created by global contradictions. To use pedestrian language, New Delhi has become adept at playing both sides. Consider this: India is the chair of both the United States West led G20 and the China centered SCO at the same time. It is seeking to be at the global high table while taking a serious claim to be leader of the global south. On the Ukraine war, New Delhi has not alienated directly or indirectly any of the parties involved in the war in a big way. While the looming threat of China has brought it closer to the US and the West than ever before in its history, New Delhi is also an active member of multilateral forums which has China in it, BRICS and the SEO. Contemporary India speaks the language of revisionism and status quoism in the same breath and with ease. New Delhi's objective is not difficult to understand. It has long wanted a seat at the global high table, but it has realized that it has little chance of getting one currently, particularly with the United Nations Security Council out of reach. It has therefore been hinting at the dysfunctionality of the UNSC and the utility of more inclusive and flexible global forums such as the G20. Mr. Modi's argument at the G20 Foreign Ministers meeting that global governance has failed is to drive home precisely that point. After taking a dig at the current global governance structures, Mr. Modi went on to say, "We are meeting at a time of deep global divisions. We have a responsibility to those not in this room," underscoring the importance of the G20 and India's role in it. Even though the meeting ended without a joint statement thanks to the Ukraine war, it was a success for at least two reasons. One, it created the environment for the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov to have a meeting for the first time since the war began an year ago, and two, when most other forums are unable to bring together the warring parties in one room, the G20 has been able to do so. So, in New Delhi's pursuit of actively seeking a seat at a restructured global high table, the G20 has its utility, as does the global south. New Delhi's heart may or may not be with the global south, but it has understood the instrumental utility of the global south argument in its pursuit of power and status. Stop. Join the Telegram group in the comment section for the PDF. Thank you.